Look, I know how it feels. You're sitting there, late at night, refreshing your inbox for the 100th time. You've followed every single rule. You optimized every keyword on your resume. You used the latest AI tools to make sure your bullet points were punchy and your skills were perfectly aligned with the job description. You hit apply over and over again, thinking this has to be the one, and then nothing. Just a wall of digital silence. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's more than frustrating, it's exhausting. And if you're feeling like you're shouting into a void, I want you to know something right now. You aren't imagining it. The Job Right AI report for 2025 recently came out, and it confirmed what we've all been sensing. 67% of all job applications are now ghosted. That means 2 out of every 3 times you put yourself out there, you don't even get a no, you get nothing. We're living in a world where 99% of Fortune 500 companies are using applicant tracking systems to filter out the first 75% of candidates before a human even glances at a name. You followed the rules, but the rules were written for a game that just changed. It's not that you're unqualified, it's not that you aren't good enough, it's that the system you're playing in has fundamentally shifted underneath your feet. So let's talk about what's actually going on. Because once you understand the hidden logic of the 2026 job market, you can stop fighting the machine and start winning the room. I've been in this industry for 15 years, and I've never seen a shift quite like this one. We're currently in what I call the skill inflation bubble, because everyone has access to the same generative AI tools. Every single resume landing on a recruiter's desk looks perfect. They all have the same buzzwords. They all have the same polished tone. They all look like they were written by a machine. Because, let's be honest, most of them were. And here's the part that surprised me. Recruiters have stopped trusting the paper. When every candidate looks like a rock star on a PDF, nobody is a rock star. This has led to a massive defensive reaction from employers. 83% of global enterprises are planning to integrate AI-only resume screening by the end of this year. They're using machines to fight machines. But there's something even more cynical happening that you need to be aware of. Have you heard of ghost jobs? Research from Clarify Capital shows that about 22% of active job postings right now are ghosts. Companies are posting roles they have no immediate intent to hire for, just to keep a talent bench or to look like they're growing. So you're applying for roles that might not even exist, using a document that recruiters no longer trust. Think about it from the recruiter's perspective for a second. They're drowning in a sea of perfect machine-generated resumes. They're stressed, they're overworked, and quite frankly, they've lost faith in the traditional application process. They aren't looking for the best keywords anymore. They're looking for a reason to believe you're actually real. They're looking for proof of life, and that's where our strategy has to change. If the old way was about document-based trust, basically I say I did this, and you believe me, the new way is all about evidence-based trust. In an era of infinite synthetic talent, the only remaining scarcity is human proof. This is the proof of human framework, and it's the bridge that gets you from the maybe pile to the must-hire pile. 76% of recruiters now say that AI-generated resumes make it nearly impossible to assess whether a candidate is authentic. They're shifting their focus. They don't want to know what you say you can do. They want to see what you've actually done in a way that can't be faked by a prompt. They're moving from keywords to footprints. What does that mean for you? It means shifting your energy from keyword SEO to public proof of work. It's about building a verifiable digital trail. If you're a developer, it's not just the GitHub repo. It's the recorded video of you explaining why you made a specific architectural choice. If you're in marketing, it's a case study where you walk through the messy human process of a failed campaign and how you pivoted. I've seen this play out 100 times. The people who are getting the callbacks right now aren't the ones with the perfect resume. They're the ones who show the human soul behind the work. They show the nuance, the cultural fit, and the ability to articulate how they steered the AI to get a result, rather than just letting the AI do the work. The resume isn't your ticket to the job anymore. It's just the metadata. The real ticket is the evidence you leave behind. Now, I don't want this to sound like it's all uphill. There is a massive upside here for the people who get this right. We're seeing a huge wage premium for what we call human-AI hybrid workers. According to PwC, there's a 56% wage premium for workers who can prove they have both AI fluency and those human-centric soft skills that a machine just can't replicate. This isn't just theory. Look at what's happening in healthcare. We've seen a 68% success rate for nursing professionals who pivoted into health tech AI oversight roles. They didn't just learn to code, they used their human clinical experience to manage the AI. They saw average salary jumps of 35% because they were the human bridge. In finance, it's the same story. Analysts who shifted from manual reporting to AI governance are securing compensation packages exceeding $250,000. Why? Because they aren't just using AI, they are governing it. They are providing the ethical and strategic oversight that a machine can't provide to itself. This isn't just about getting a job, it's about a 2.3 times acceleration in your career progression. When you position yourself as the human who masters the machine, you aren't a commodity anymore. You're the pilot, and pilots get paid a lot more than the engines do. The pay bump is real, and the security it provides is even better. So how do we put this into practice? I don't want you to just listen to this and feel better. I want you to take action. I want you to leave this talk with 3 specific things you can change on your LinkedIn profile in the next 10 minutes to signal human proof. First, change your headline. If it's just a list of keywords, you're blending in with the bot. Change it to an impact statement. Instead of Project Manager Agile Scrum, try scaling operations for SaaS teams by integrating AI-driven workflows with human-centric design. See the difference? You're claiming the hybrid space immediately. Second, add a featured section with a video or a deep dive post. Record a 2-minute video of yourself talking about a specific problem you solved last year. Don't worry about high production value. In fact, a bit of unpolished reality is better. It proves you're a person, not a deepfake. Show your face, let them hear your voice, and explain your thinking process. That is your proof of human. Finally, update your About section to focus on verifiable impact. Stop saying, "I'm a hard worker." Start saying, "I led a team of 5 to reduce churn by 12% using X tool," and here's the link to the public summary of that project. Move from what to how. Remember, the goal isn't to beat the ATS. The goal is to be so undeniably human that when a person finally sees your profile, they feel an immediate sense of relief. They found the person behind the machine. Go out there, stop hiding behind the keywords, and show them the human. You've got this. I'll talk to you soon.